I went over pretty recently the allegations against Wings of Redemption, where it's the page 5. If you know, you know. And like I said, I really don't care what you like watch when you're like all tucked in bed, kind of feeling hot and bothered. Like I don't think anyone cares. I think the only reason anyone does is because he projected his own insecurities onto that community. So the comparison I always make to of Brennan Schaub and Wings of Redemption is they always project their own sexuality, and I I think the reason I talk about it so much and annoy you all is because they have more in common than what I can even stress or what we all know. It's like to a T, they are the same person. It's like if one went in alternate directions. Like Brendan Schaub's like fit, and Wings of Redemption is, let's just say he isn't the pinnacle of health. um, but Wings, for the longest of times, has hated on the LGBTQIA plus community, and who else does? It's none other than Brendan Schaub. His, like, it's me. And then Wings of Redemption's, I don't know, he's weird, even though he does speak just like Brendan. So everyone's sort of goofing on Wings for, watching like trans stuff, which I don't care, So I was gonna say something, never mind. I think Brennan Schaub is also into this, which is no surprise for sure. I did read a comment, and it was saying that it's actually not like, they're not projecting like they're into trans girls. It's they're objectifying them. Like they're being a chaser, which I could also see, but I'm not like a psychologist, even though you all might beg the different at this point. So I can't get into the mind of like a CTE riddled idiot or a 450-pound PDF, which is apparently that's all I do, is just like study them for some reason. But I just think it's, if Wings is as close to Brendan Schaub as I allege he is, I would say Brendan is like into trans girls too. But I don't think that makes him gay or bi. If he's into guys, then he's obviously bi. And some people do use trans individuals to explore, test the waters, which is so disgusting. Those are chasers, and that's evil. So I guess where am I going with all of this? Oh, I guess the only thing I did want to say, it's so funny that Wings was like, it's like, oh, why you gotta kink shame me? Whoa, that's a lot better of a response than any of us were expecting. That's good, because like, shoot, I think we're all like, yeah, like, right, that's valid. Like, who's anyone to judge? Who am I to judge? But then he's like, oh, I didn't even click on it. It's all taken out of context. It's a troll thing. Like, dude, now you're getting nervous. Because you thought the trolls were just gonna stop after like a day or two of you just saying don't kink shame me. Dude, they bring up stuff that's like 5 years old. So if it's 5 days old, why do you think they're gonna stop? This is arguably like the most controversial thing you've found yourself in. I don't really think it's that controversial, only if you didn't always objectify trans individuals. So you sort of do deserve it, Wings. Let's see what else. And oh yeah, he was like, Kelly has the password to my computer. I never even go on it. And then the other, I think it was like yesterday actually, he brought Kelly in to talk about the allegations, and Kelly was like, I have the password to his computer, I know he doesn't look up stuff like that. And everyone was like, it just sounds like she's reading a script. She was saying a word for word exactly what Brennan says. I mean, what Wings was saying. It was so crazy. I'm not here to out anyone, and I'm on the record saying it is sort of cringe if you need to come out to people, because what does anyone care what your sexuality is? Unless it's for some reason important, but for the most part, no one really cares. At least I don't. But like, I don't see why anyone needs to know like what your business is, what you do like with your partner. That's your own business. So why do you need to tell anyone? But it was like BBC, which I think I know what that means, but I'm not entirely sure. And it was like trans blowjob. So that's interesting. And here's my statement. As you all know, I'm super big into like the LGBTQ IA plus scene, because I think they all deserve to be treated with respect. I don't think being hateful towards anyone is cool. So I think it is so uncanny, because quite frankly, I don't care that he was watching like trans stuff. I just don't care, because we all know trans girls are just normal girls, so I don't really see the controversy. But when I started digging deeper and started recalling my own memories, anytime Wings has said any hateful remarks about trans people, I would always call him out on it, like in his chat. So there have been multiple situations when Wings has made fun of trans people. So to see that he's watching this stuff, I just think is so funny. If what I always say about locals like having all these similar traits is one thing that I always stress, it's deflection or projection, whichever one's right. Just how a bunch of conservatives, for the most part, they'll always like hate on like the LGBTQ community, but deep down, they always have skeletons in their closet. So we all knew Wings projects about everything. Oh, you're an incel neckbeard. But and it was so obvious. We're like, wait, Wings, are you just talking about yourself? You're obviously projecting right now, or deflecting, whatever. And I always said, if you think they're caught projecting about everything, but the one thing they're not is their own sexuality, you're just deceiving yourself. And lo and behold, Wings is into trans girls. No surprise. Trans girls are really hot. But I think for him always making fun of them, oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. I don't want to say that's like embarrassing. Well, anyone's like search history getting leaked is gonna be embarrassing, which, well, I mean, only if it's embarrassing. But I just think it's sort of funny. And he probably feels embarrassed because, you know, people are really hateful towards trans people. That's not cool. It's not right. And anyone who watches that stuff that's fine. Who cares? Like, people are into all sorts of things, you know? I think in 2024, no one really cares what you're into, unless it's obviously minors. But I guess unless you're Brendan, then you really don't care, right? But I know I would bet Wings is probably embarrassed, and he still hasn't showed up online yet. He is going to get roasted. Deservedly so. And quite frankly, I need to see this.